There are some major updates regarding the Golden State Warriors that could shape the remainder of their season. A significant change has occurred in the injury status of a key player ahead of tonight's important game against the Memphis Grizzlies. Additionally, a compelling rumor concerning the coaching staff has surfaced and will be discussed shortly. But first, let's go over the latest developments about the team. The fan base has now grown beyond 10,000 members, with regular content, news, analysis, and discussions being shared daily. Now, let's get into the primary update. According to recent reports, a key Warriors player has been ruled out for tonight's game in Memphis due to a right pelvic injury. Just a day earlier, he was considered questionable, and a post hinted he might play. However, the team later clarified that it is not an ankle issue, but rather an injury to the right pelvic area. The problem arose after a hard fall during last night's game. Sadly, another player has also been declared unavailable, leaving the team with fewer options for this high-stakes matchup in Memphis. In the last 24 hours, things have shifted unexpectedly. In the recent game against San Antonio, the injured player suffered a rough fall. Video footage clearly shows him landing on his tailbone. Interestingly, during the game, the injury was initially thought to be an ankle contusion, which raised eyebrows, especially since the same player had already missed 31 games this season with an ankle injury. This caused confusion among fans and analysts, because the fall obviously impacted his tailbone, not his ankle, similar to what had happened to another well-known player previously. The classification of the injury drew criticism, especially given the history. Eventually, the diagnosis was adjusted and officially listed as a pelvic contusion. That same type of injury had sidelined another player before, contributing to growing uncertainty. The game in Memphis carries major playoff implications, making this a crucial test for the team. Feel free to share your thoughts on the injury confusion or how the team might fare without this player in such an important game. Soon, we'll dive into an insightful statistical analysis that reveals why the team seems to struggle more when this player is active. Also, be aware that a strange rumor about the coaching staff is floating around, and we'll touch on that too. But first, let's examine this player's performance. Since returning from injury, he has averaged 13.1 points per game. However, his shooting, particularly from beyond the arc, has been problematic. His role has shifted as well. Before a major trade, he was a starter. Now he comes off the bench, trying to fit into a squad that's been winning consistently. Some believe he has contributed to the team's recent struggles. They point to key losses and disappointing performances that followed his return, which have taken a toll on team momentum. We'll provide a deeper analysis on that in a moment. The Warriors have endured several tough defeats, including one that highlighted a particularly flat and uninspired display. After carefully reviewing the data, I compiled a comparison of games since this player rejoined the team. I focused specifically on the team's performance with and without another key player on the court. The statistics show a noticeable decline in performance when this player is in the lineup. The team's scoring dropped from averaging between 11 and 12 points to only around 6 points per game. Their offensive rating hovered around 117, while their defensive rating sat closer to 100. In 14 games where this player played, but the other key player did not, the team's scoring jumped to around 121 points per game, signaling a boost in offense. The pace also picked up slightly when he wasn't playing, averaging 99 possessions per game, compared to 95 when he was on the floor. This implies the team plays faster without him. Additionally, opposing teams shot more efficiently when he played, hitting about 48% of their shots, compared to 46% when he was off the court. These statistics show that, in theory, the Warriors perform better without him. That's understandable considering he is still recovering from a serious ankle injury that affected his movement. He's been trying to adapt to a team that found a rhythm in his absence. Now, the team is in a tricky position. This player is again out due to injury, which he sustained in a recent matchup against a rival. Despite the numbers, some still believe the team is stronger with him available. The coaching staff might choose to limit his minutes moving forward, though having a healthy player ready to contribute is always a plus. Still, the whole situation feels unusual. Reports suggest his playing time has been cut down. Some fans and analysts speculate that the team might be intentionally limiting his return. Not just because of injury, but perhaps to lower his market value ahead of free agency. Doing so could improve the team's chances of re-signing him at a lower cost in the offseason. There's also been some head-scratching about how the injury was originally described. First labeled an ankle problem, it turned out to be a tailbone injury. Now it has shifted again to a pelvic issue. He was first listed as questionable and is now officially out. Something just doesn't add up. It raises questions. Does the coaching staff realize the team struggles with him in the rotation? Would it benefit them to keep him sidelined longer? The theories are swirling. While nothing is confirmed, it's clear that something isn't quite right, especially as we approach tonight's tip-off. At the time of recording this update, it's around 3:30 p.m., and tip-off is set for 5 p.m. Pacific Time in San Francisco. This upcoming game is a major showdown. The Warriors have the upper hand in their season series with Memphis. Looking back, they opened the season in November with a 123-118 win over Memphis. However, they were later crushed in Memphis by a 51-point margin. In early 2025, they bounced back with a win at Chase Center. Now, they return to Memphis for a game that could define their playoff path, with only 8 games left in the regular season. Though the Grizzlies are ahead in the standings, they've been struggling since losing their head coach. This change in leadership ties directly into a rumor that's gaining traction online and will be explored shortly. Since their coach's departure, the Grizzlies have dropped 3 straight games, hurting their position in the standings. The Warriors are now just half a game behind and could grab the 5th seed with a win tonight. That makes this game vital. Looking at the current lineup, the Warriors are limited, especially with one player still recovering. Their bench is thinner, but there's still quality talent available. One player who had a standout performance in the last game needs to step up again. His aggressive, high-energy play at both ends of the court made a big impact. Another player must continue being a spark off the bench. He brings intensity and has consistently delivered accurate shots and solid defense. At this point, many fans seem to place more trust in him than the returning player, who has struggled to find consistency. It's interesting to consider why there's more faith in one bench player over another. Another significant development almost led to an entirely separate update. After looking into it, I found a rumor about a veteran coach possibly joining the Warriors staff. This caught attention because of the coach's recent dismissal from another team, which stirred up some drama. The news started spreading fast online, with fans celebrating what they thought was a major move ahead of tonight's game. Adding that level of experience could have given the team a real edge. However, it turned out to be a prank. The news was fake. After taking a moment to consider, I realized it seemed unlikely, so I did some digging and confirmed it was just a joke. It fooled a lot of people, including me at first. Let me know if you also believe the rumor. Do you think hiring someone like that would help the team? Personally, I doubt it would happen, as that coach probably wouldn't accept an assistant role, especially with the interest he's expected to receive in the offseason. Let's keep watching how this all unfolds. The timing of the prank lined up perfectly with April 1st, April Fool's Day. Also, I'd love to know your predictions for tonight's game, which could shape the playoff picture in a major way. I'm excited to watch it, and we'll share a full recap afterward. Before we go on, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more exclusive Warriors updates. Lastly, a fresh rumor has captured the attention of NBA fans. A potential return of Kevin Durant to the Golden State Warriors. After some rocky years with the Brooklyn Nets and now playing for the Phoenix Suns, the idea of Durant returning to Golden State could shake up the entire Western Conference. People are asking, what would this mean for Durant's legacy and for the Warriors' future? Durant's run with the Warriors from 2016 to 2019 was legendary. He helped them win 2 championships and earned Finals MVP honors both times. He strengthened an already elite team with his scoring and defense. After an Achilles injury in 2019 and a stint with Brooklyn, Durant is once again a highly coveted player. If he joins the current Warriors squad, already loaded with talent, it could elevate them back to title contention. The core trio of Stephen Curry, Klay Thompson, and Draymond Green has seen highs and lows since Durant's departure. While still capable of contending, facing powerhouse teams like Denver, Los Angeles, and Phoenix is a tough task. Durant's return could provide the edge they need. His basketball IQ and scoring ability would complement Curry's playmaking and Thompson's shooting, possibly reigniting the chemistry that made Golden State unstoppable. Still, important questions remain. Would Durant accept a lesser role to fit back in? Could the team pull off the financial maneuvering needed to bring him back? The salary cap is tight, and the team already has big contracts on the books. Durant may also want a new challenge. He's already won titles, and returning might feel like retracing old ground. As the trade deadline approaches, all eyes will be on the Warriors. If a deal does happen, it could signal the beginning of a new era for one of the league's most storied dynasties. For Durant, it's a chance to strengthen his place in NBA history. For the Warriors, it could mean one more run at the top. Will this reunion become a reality or remain a thrilling what-if? Stay tuned for more Warriors news, and be sure to subscribe and hit the like button so you don't miss any updates. Drop your thoughts in the comments. We value your opinions in the Dub Nation community. See you in the next video.